From the big reveals to reality. From show floor to showroom. FCA Digital Media presents the latest from Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and more, plus the return of a supercar. Route 2015, FCA's Road Ahead, starts right now.
Hi from New York's Jacob K. Javits Center, home of the New York International Auto Show.
Over the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to recap all of the vehicles that FCA has unveiled over the past auto show season.
But first, let's go back a year. Right here in New York, Jeep Renegade made its North American debut, and now it's hitting showrooms. Betty Carrier-Newman is in Moab, Utah, site of the Easter Jeep Safari, the premier off-roading event in the country.
This fun, new 2015 Jeep Renegade is just beginning to hit city streets. But earlier this year, we took it off-roading in Hollister Hills, California, with the Jeep brand's Jim Morrison.
The Renegade is really impressive. It's got active drive as a four-wheel drive system, and it can transfer the power around to 100% of the power to one wheel if it needs to, and that really keeps it going into all circumstances. Then there's the Trailhawk. It gets active drive too, and really special body design. And this is a great illustration of that. We have 31 degrees of approach, 24 degrees of breakover, and 34 degrees of departure. And we used almost all of that right there to be able to go up and down those rolls without scraping. Anybody else, with less of a approach angle, would have made hard work or ripped a fascia off there, but of course not the all-new Renegade. We've designed that in from day one. This got select terrain in rock mode, and rock mode also provides, with the Trailhawks, a 20-to-1 crawl ratio, and the ability to really keep the vehicle going forward, putting the power to the ground. You can see, even though we only have two wheels on the ground, we're still able to keep the power moving to the left hind there that actually was on the ground and kept pushing the vehicle forward. I can tell you right there that we're using every bit of the 8 inches of ground clearance this Trailhawk has. Trailhawks have about another inch of ground clearance, and you need every bit of it with what you've got going. And if you don't use it all, there's also the skid plates, and that's okay. We need those too. Now we're going to show a little bit of water fording. 19 inches of water fording. The all-new Renegade is capable of, built into every Jeep, and you can see that's pretty impressive. Any other vehicle that gets into a situation like this, they would just plain stop, but not in a Jeep. We need to make sure the Jeep stays moving forward, and that's what the four-wheel drive system can do. That's why we call it active drive, because it's actively transferring the torque to the system that needs it. Oh, one of the other cool things about the Renegade, which we're able to experience here, is the My Sky system. How else could you better experience this nice off-road trail by looking up and looking around, with the My Sky? Nobody else has a sunroof that's this big. We can take these panels right out. There's a power system that slides back, or you can take them both out and stow them nicely in the back. So the all-new Renegade will be a great vehicle to help the continued growth for Jeep here in the United States and around the world. It's a great platform, a great four-wheel drive system, and a great fun package that'll be well accepted here and I'm sure around the world as well.
Ram trucks have evolved from work vehicles to full-line family haulers with such materials as soft leather and real wood. And how about all this chrome? So whether you're dressed for black tie or backwoods, the 2015 Ram Limited, introduced at the Chicago Auto Show in February, can be as rugged or refined as you want it to be.
The 2015 Laramie Limited is so special. it takes our luxury truck to an all-new level. And the great thing is you're going to see it coming and going. And it's a lot of chrome. It brings out that brightness, but it really is refined as well.
We created an image that was a very simple piece of furniture, and it had just some chrome elements that flowed, and that was really it. And then we put the limited name next to it, and that kind of became our inspiration for this. Do something simple, yet very classy, not really intricate, but just very nice and very clean and crisp and bright and eye-catching. That was really the inspiration. And then the other big thing was we had to figure out what to do with the R and the A and the M for the logo. This logo had to sit on center line of the truck, so we had to rearrange the letters and then start to frame in around that with the new grill workout. And then the other part of it is we had to make sure that the truck was still functional. It still has to cool, a large motor in some cases.
Customers use these trucks day in and day out. And the great thing is the boss who's going to show up at the job site, when everyone sees that truck coming, they know who's arrived. And that's what we want with this truck, is it's going to stand out in the crowd.
Our bumpers on all of our trucks are real steel bumpers. We're kind of unique that way in the industry, and we're proud of that. We use authentic materials and we finish them in very authentic ways. In this particular case, it's chrome. It's going to be very durable. We have a long warranty to stand up to, so we feel that we can do that with these finishes.
We've seen a huge shift. It's more than doubled in the last 5 years. Over 50% of the 3500s are premium trucks, and 44% are over $60,000. So it's just been an explosion, and they want more and more, and we're just going to keep delivering.
It was a busy year for Ram with the introduction of the 1500 EcoDiesel HFE and 2016 Ram 2500 Heavy Duty, along with a new version of the 1500 that's absolutely rebellious.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the 2015 Ram Rebel, a stand-up performer no matter how you look at it. The Rebel, as its name implies, is an all-new breed. It's a truck built and styled for people who push back whenever they hear those despised words, "you can't." I suspect many of you have a little rebel inside, and that always is in your head that whispers, "go for it."
The Ram Rebel goes on sale in the second half of 2015.
Alfa Romeo 4C Spider made its world debut in Detroit this year. It's the open-air version of the 4C Coupe, and it's ready to drop its top this summer in showrooms.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the world debut of our newest 4C, the stunning 2015 Alfa Romeo 4C Spider.
Until the Spider arrives, owners of the hardtop are weighing in on the car's performance. I went for a spin with a new owner to really get a feel for the supercar.
Still love the noise. The noise just does so much for me. We were hammered pretty hard this winter, but it's now spring, and I'm real anxious to get out, and I'm going to drive the daylights out of it.
Ken Lingenfelter's infected with spring fever and his love for the 2015 Alfa Romeo 4C.
I have a particular passion for Italian cars.
And he's no stranger to fast, and I mean really fast cars.
Lingenfelter Performance Engineering has been around for 42 years, and our company takes cars that people really enjoy and modifies them to make them go faster, look better. All in all, have a pretty good time doing it.
You could say it's his passion.
You know, passion again is an interesting term, and it probably describes me from head to toe. I've been passionate about the car business since I was a kid, so I'm right at home here working away.
Lingenfelter's collection is definitely not for his eyes only.
The mission for the car collection right from the get-go has been charity work. We do charity fundraisers here. We did about 100 events here last year. The collection is made up of cars I like. That's the theme. I pay particular attention to the Italian cars, and that's why the 4C stands out so well in the collection here.
Not only does it stand out, it lets its presence be known.
The sound that 4C makes is a pretty sweet sound to a car guy. So I have to admit, that's one of the things that hooked me early.
The Alfa Romeo 4C shares the floor with around 200 amazing cars, including an Alfa Romeo 8C. Another car in the collection is also pretty unique.
It's the LaFerrari, and as you may or may not know, Ferrari chose who was going to get an opportunity to buy those cars, so I feel pretty honored that I got a chance to get one. We're actually looking forward to letting the charities that we help know that it's here, because it will help bring even that many more people here to the collection to see it. The other side of it is I'm pretty anxious to get out in that LaFerrari and find out just what it's got.
But today, Lingenfelter is finally taking his 4C for a spin. His first stop? Lunch. Perhaps something Italian.
Now we're moving on to a car you haven't seen on the road just yet. It's the 2016 Fiat 500X, and it's the latest addition to the Fiat brand lineup. The 500X not only has style, it also has all-wheel drive and more room for your stuff.
I'm Danilo Tosetti, I come from Italy, and I've designed the 500X.
Well, it's our first all-wheel drive offering, first crossover offering, 9-speed automatic transmission, loaded with safety and technology features that have never been in a Fiat branded car before, and it's going into a space that's booming from a segment perspective. So for us, it's a total game changer. It appeals to the masses, and again, we're going into a space that's grown hand over fist. It's going to be sold in 100 countries. So if you think about it, that takes a lot of time and effort and energy into ensuring that the design is right. So from a global perspective, this vehicle really works in almost every market. So we're excited to get it here.
It's been a true global effort. The team's done a nice job pulling it all together. And I think as a product, the 500X is very now centric to the brand. The car overall has feature sets in it that are unexpected. You know, it's got heated steering wheel, remote start, keyless entry. It's all very updated. and a nice entry for the Fiat showroom.
It is very, very iconic. It is, in my opinion, very 500, but it looks more aggressive.
It's true to the Fiat brand, it's true to the 500, and I believe it is the perfect evolution from the hatchback that we know today to the crossover that we're bringing to the market tomorrow.
The much anticipated latest version of the Chrysler 300 was unveiled at the Los Angeles Auto Show last November. Well, perhaps the most dramatic change is the bigger, more commanding grille, while retaining the car's classic luxury design. Even so, many enthusiasts consider the 300 a pretty inviting canvas on which to express their own personalities.
This actually is Fat Chance 3. There is a 1, a 2.0, and now this will be 3. 3's personality will be different than 1 and 2. Back to that big, bold statement, you know, with the larger grille, some of the aspects that they've changed to the back of the car. Knowing what we're going to do with this car, our goal is, you know, to have the most impeccable build we've come to date with. And so what we're going to do in a weekend is basically get some basic modifications done. We're adding some Mopar content, we're going to lower the car, custom wheels are being made. You know, when you get the right friends, you know, anything is possible. You know, Brett's been with me 8 years now. You know, Cam, this guy is a creative genius when it comes to motors, and when the hood pops open, it's almost like jewelry's there. Going into 3, we're going to push that boundary further than we had. That's the goal, is to really push the boundary.
We've got FC3, and it's actually right below us, which is a 2015 300S. Here's your new canvas.
Last year, Dodge has rolled out new versions of the Charger, the Challenger, and the newest addition to the family, the Scat Pack, the ultimate bang-for-your-buck muscle car. Our Dale Jewett takes a look at what the Scat Pack means.
In the late 1960s and early 70s, muscle cars were king, and Dodge grouped its pavement-ripping performers into the Scat Pack. Sadly, the Scat Pack faded along with the first muscle car era. Now, muscle cars are back, led by the redesigned 2015 Dodge Challenger and Charger. And with them, the Scat Pack is back.
Scat Pack's incredibly special, really for 2 reasons. One, the vehicle is just dripping with heritage, whether it's the iconic B emblem, interior accents, but overwhelmingly the horsepower. No other muscle car today offers more horsepower under 40 grand than the Scat Pack. 485 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque on both the Charger and the Challenger make a really incredibly and special package.
When the new Charger and Challenger first hit the street, the SRT Hellcat versions with the supercharged Hemi V8 made all the noise. But the newly arrived Scat Pack versions take aim at the sweet spot, an irresistible combination of performance, comfort, and value.
So the Scat Pack vehicles that we have on display here, the Charger Scat Pack specifically, is a good break point between the Dodge variants of Charger and the SRT variants of Charger. The Scat Packs take the best of both worlds and put them into the perfect vehicle.
The Scat Pack builds on the RT trim level, and the heart of it is the SRT-engineered 6.4-liter Hemi V8 that cranks out 485 horsepower.
Moving through the vehicle, we use the outgoing SRT Brembo brake, so it's a 4-pot Brembo brake system, front and rear, which has outstanding brake capabilities. We're talking under 120 feet, stops 60 to 0, 320 stops from 100 to 0, and really, really good brake fade resistance at the racetrack.
Inside, the driver can use the Dodge Performance Pages function to tailor controls such as steering feel or throttle response to their liking. Scat Pack Chargers and Challengers rolled into dealer showrooms this spring, so keep an eye out for that high-performance B emblem.
Now, Scat Pack is something throughout all of the years has been incredibly passionate and remains relevant in the marketplace today. If you look back in the late 60s and 70s of all the different Dodges that we had, that club was still talked about today in some of the most iconic vehicles of its time. Now today we've brought back that Scat Pack opportunity, incredible value and performance on the Charger and Challenger Scat packages.
For FCA Digital Media, I'm Dale Jones.
All of these great vehicles are actually unveiled during media preview days before the shows open to the public.
But once the doors open to everyone, there's much more to see and do, like take a ride on the challenging Camp Jeep course.
Plus, there are interactive experiences that put you in the driver's seat without actually driving. Auto shows aren't just for taking in the sights. FCA hopes you'll hop in the driver's seat and take a ride literally or virtually. Drivers can compete on a racetrack or inside a custom virtual world using the steering wheel, pedals, shifter, and gauges. There's the Ram Victory Lap where you experience guts and glory from coast to coast. There's also the Dodge Charger and Challenger Challenges. The driving simulators allow showgoers to participate. They go along for the ride as the vehicle moves up, down, left, right. And it's all synchronized with what's happening in front of your eyes on the screen. Drivers can even win prizes. The Chrysler 200 takes virtual reality one step further with Beneath the Surface. It's a 4-minute 4D immersive experience that uses the Oculus Rift headset that allows people to experience the 5 million square foot Sterling Heights assembly plant, which builds the 2015 Chrysler 200. The headset lets you tour the body shop, paint shop, and metrology center virtually. There's also Camp Jeep. It's a full-size obstacle course where professional drivers climb, tilt, and cling to steep hills and rough terrain. Riders experience real-life rocky roads and famous capability Jeep is known for. So the next time you're at an auto show, don't just look, come into FCA's 6 brand stands and go for a ride.
At a show like New York, you've got a week and a half worth of the general public who comes in. The vast number of people come because they're either passionate, excited about a car, or they're actually in the market to buy. So this is effectively the largest showroom in the world for about a week and a half. And that happens all around the country all the time. So auto shows are vital to what we do every day.
Well, it's been a busy auto show season, and our engineers and designers are busy working on what's next.
No hints, that's for the coming auto show season.
For sure, but thanks a lot for watching. We have so much more on all the cars and trucks we just showed you on our Facebook and Twitter channel and on FCA Content On Demand. Thanks a lot.